So earlier I have introduced you to the steam nozzles. Now let's come to stagnation properties. Understanding stagnation properties are very useful in any course or any subject which is related to thermodynamics. So let's come here, and stagnation properties means when the flow is brought to rest, that means the velocity at the second point or at the outlet or any point is zero, that is rest, and the flow is isoentropically done. So that is brought to rest isoentropically. The properties at rest are called as stagnation properties. So let's have this. So isoentropic means it's a reversible, and the heat transfer is zero, or it's an adiabatic process. So stagnation properties are also called as total properties. So let's say we have at cross section 1, we have properties H1, V1, T1, which are enthalpy, velocity, and temperature. And at the outlet, and density rho 1. And at the outlet, we have enthalpies, temperature, and density, and the velocity is zero. That is the requirement for defining stagnation properties. So let's write the mass energy equation, steady flow energy equation. Here H is the enthalpy, V is the velocity. Since the velocity at the outlet is zero, hence we have ignored that term, and the elevation head, we are ignoring the same elevation, same average elevation for the flow. That means the elevation change also does not come. So we have only enthalpy and velocity which is coming into picture. So using this, we can define the enthalpy, stagnation enthalpy, or the total enthalpy. And H is the static enthalpy. So static enthalpy doesn't mean that the point of measurement of static enthalpy, the velocity is zero. Only for stagnation enthalpy, it means it is zero. And we can convert the enthalpy to Cp delta T or Cpt. So H0 will convert to Cp T0, and H will convert to Cpt plus V square by 2. So we can define, this is only applicable for ideal gas, because H is equal to Cpt only for ideal gas. That means that the enthalpy is only function of temperature for ideal gas. For non-ideal gases or for liquids, the enthalpy is a function of temperature plus pressure. So you must recall these things very easily now. The temperature, the stagnation temperature is T plus V square by 2 Cp, and the temperature ratio, stagnation temperature to actual temperature, is equal to 1 plus V square by 2 Cp T, Cp by T. Okay, and now we can relate it the things with respect to Mach number. So Mach number is defined as velocity of the particle in medium divided by the velocity of air in velocity of sound in air. So that is generally equal to around 315 to 330 meters per second. And Cp is also defined as gamma R upon gamma minus R. So gamma is the heat capacity, Cp by Cv. And Mach number I defined earlier was velocity upon velocity of sound in air. And sound in air velocity depends on the gamma value and the temperature. So over here, it's the actual temperature, not the stagnation temperature. That is an important point for you to remember. So we have T naught by T expression earlier, and then we can use velocity and temperature from Mach number and substitute over there, and use Cp from here to substitute R and gamma. So we have temperature T naught by T ratio in terms of gamma and Mach number only. So we can directly define the Mach number, the temperature ratio using Mach number. So this is allowed, these changes are allowed even if the process was not reversible. Only adiabatic process was enough. So earlier we said that the temperature equation for or steady flow energy equation, we want to bring the fluid at rest isoentropically. That means it's adiabatic plus reversible process, but it is not required. We can have not irreversible process also, because the energy which is coming or getting converted to heat because of friction, that is also taken into account when we are taking enthalpies into account. So final enthalpy H0 will take into account the frictional losses in energy. But when we come to stagnation properties for pressure, that is total pressure or stagnation pressure, we need to compulsorily have isoentropic relation only. That is, reversible process is compulsorily required. And we have temperature and pressure relation for isoentropic process as P1 by P2 is equal to T1 by T2 raised to gamma upon gamma minus 1. So we have just used that equation. We already have the relation for T0 by T. We have just substituted it and got the pressure relation, pressure ratio in terms of gamma and Mach number again. And we know that the pressure by density raised to gamma is equal to constant. This is not directly intuitive, but this is intuitive. For an isoentropic process, we know PV raised to gamma is constant. So when we change the specific volume to density, the density comes into denominator. So we can again have a new relation for density, stagnation density to actual density is equal to a function of gamma and Mach number. So we have expressed all temperature ratio, pressure ratio, and density ratio in terms of gamma and Mach number. So that's the purpose. And for different Mach number, we'll choose different types of nozzle. So for Mach number less than 1 and for Mach number greater than 1, the converging diverging type of nozzles are separately used, which I'll explain in next videos.